Hey chat, how are you? Sighs in a resigned manner. So, Super Lotto was 1.8 billion. So it's my time to play, my time to shine, my time to win. Normally, I don't play Lotto, Scratchers, Powerball, uh, etc. because I'm not a moron. But I figure now that it's up to 1.8 bill with the B, and more people than ever are playing, so my chances are less than ever, lower than ever if I were playing for 600 million. I figure, why not? I don't get out of the bed for anything less than 800 mil. You talk 400 mil, 500 mil, okay. Is it life changing? Sure. But when the odds are really, really, truly stacked against me, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm ready to play. I'm ready to rock. Why not? Bought my quick picks at a liquor store because I embrace the cliche, okay? The lottery preys on the poor, the dumb, the hopeless, the pathetic. Suits me to a T. LFG. Lego. Bet. Bought my quick picks at a liquor store because I embrace the cliche, okay? I'm not trying to hide from it. I'm not trying to do anything different. I'm just like every other man in this scam that we call the latte. I went to Nikki's Liquor on West Capitol Avenue, tiny liquor store, and I've driven by it a million times, but I'm like, I want a classic liquor store. I want to see some buzz balls. I want to see some 40 ounces up in the fridge. And I want the plastic divider between me and the clerk. And that's exactly what Nikki's Liquor is. I spent 20 bucks, 10 quick picks because I don't have no time to be filling out no numbers with no pen and no paper. I want to get to my billions as quickly as possible. So I'm like, quick pick. Thank you very much. I got it on 10 pieces of paper because I talked to the guy for a second and he's like, do you want it on separate pieces of paper? And I was like, yeah, why not? Because it's easier to lose a piece of paper. By the way, why are these things still on pieces of paper? So Carolyn and I were doing our little parallelogram in West Sacramento yesterday, although we did go to Goodwill, so that more made it more of a obtuse rectangle, an obtuse rhombus, if you will. But I had 10 pieces of paper because it made sense in my whacked out mind, because each piece of paper has more of a chance instead of just one piece of paper having less of a chance. 10 pieces, 10 quick picks on 10 pieces of paper, that might as well be more entries in my book. But we're driving around and I'm carrying around these 10 pieces of paper. At one point, I put it in her little the door handle, and we're out and about. We're getting in, we're getting out. The wind's going, and I was like, if I lose one of these quick picks or 8 of these quick pick tickets, and it's the winner, then what? I'm asked out. But I guess that's what happens when no one claimed the $1.2 billion prize. Well, it went out. The wind can claim it. Got home, spread out my tickets on the living room floor. They were kind of flying everywhere because we had the ceiling fan on. It's a little warm, a little musty. Ceiling fan on power 3. There's one, there's two. Two's medium, and it was on 3. So the tickets were flying every which way but loose. But eventually got them all under control via remote controls, magazines, etc. But spent $20, but it was worth $20 to chat to Lennox about how stupid this whole charade is. Len's hanging out, and he sees me lying on the floor with my quick picks, my 10 pieces of orange and white paper. And he's like, what's that? What's going on? What's up with this? What's up with that? And I'm like, yeah, this is stupid. It's a scam. It's the fix is in, as it were. But we began to talk about why people play it, losers, and and the conversation eventually got to what would you do if you won? And Lennox is like, you'd get me a PC. And I said, well, okay, it's my money, but okay. He's like, you would get me a $900 PC. I said, Len, if I won 1.8 bill, I'd get you 9,000 PC. Okay, bro. And then we talked about moving. He's like, why would you move? I'm like, why not? Bigger square foot, more value. We could buy a house next to Lincoln Win. Okay. There's a house, two houses down from him, that's been for sale for a couple weeks now. You could live next door to Lincoln Wayne, but and then we started talking about, well, what would you do? Who would you break off? Who would you bless with a mil or 2 mil? Oh yeah, this family member. You've been good to me. You've been nice to me, even in my times of peril, even when I was down and out. Here's 2 mil. Break you off a little something proper like. But you, oh, do you remember last Christmas? Yeah, buy $20 of hope is what I bought. I bought $20 of fantasy of, and it lasted for a few hours. Drawing took place at 7:59 PST. Bro, that's midnight on the East Coast. Ain't y'all in bed? Like what the hell? Powerball is across America. I would think it'd be earlier for the the East Coasters. And then if the drawing happens at 4 o'clock over here, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever, Pacific Standard Time, we're ready. We're cool. We're good with it. I was on the CA Lottery website, hitting refresh like a crack addict. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Or is it reload, reload, reload? Are you on Internet Explorer or Netscape Navigator? But actually, so they have a YouTube, of course, and I clicked the link to the YouTube, and I'm on their YouTube channel. And the video, it's 1 minute video because that's how long. Dude, do you remember when these used to be on TV? Like 7:59 Sundays or Saturdays. It was a 1 minute show, and it was just like a commercial. But the quick picks, the lotto, the lottery, the Powerball, the whatever, it was on TV, and it was just like a minute. It was You were just like, oh yeah, that thing's on. But and it's still on TV in many many states, many many television stations, but nowhere in California. But I'm on their YouTube. I'm on the real regular legitimate website, hitting refresh. The YouTube video goes up, and I was like, okay, regular real legitimate website, calottery.com. The numbers aren't up. And it's like, numbers are coming, drawing happened. Please wait. Like, what the heck? The YouTube is faster than the URL? Oh, okay. So I watched the 1 minute video, and I have a little notepad open, and I write down 28, 16, 41, and I type down all the numbers. Um, by the way, this is done from Lottery HQ in Florida. Sounds sus. And last night's video. Normally they get 20K views per video because no one cares. But last night, as of this recording, 200K. They have an app. They're like, you don't need to check each number, each ticket, each line on your ticket. They have an app, and each of your piece of paper, ticket, boleto in Spanish, has a QR code. So you can just use the app, you scan it, and instantly you know if it's a winner. I'm like, no, I ain't doing all that. I don't trust your app. Why would the app tell you that you won? It's just, you people, you're so naive. So, had all the numbers there on a notepad. Carolyn used her eyes and ears. Ever hear of it? Yeah, we're analog. We're old school. Okay. Uh, and she checked all the numbers, all the lines, and we didn't win. Spoiler alert. The app I was like, no, I ain't downloading no app. I ain't scanning with no app. Why? So the government can track me like I would trust your stupid little app, calottery.com. By the way, do a third of their proceeds still go to schools? Because that was part of the promise in the 80s when the lottery first came around. 33% go to schools, go to your local neighborhood elementary school. Do they still do that? Who the hell knows? Highly doubt it. I didn't win because the lottery is a goddamn scam. It's purely for the desperate losers out there, aka me. And I was taken. I'm a fool. I'm a dummy. My $20 out the dough into the wind, just like a lottery ticket on a windy day. Mr. Powell, fellow loser, matched the Powerball, which means he won $4. And I said, you better split it with me, halvesies with me, because I'm yo bestie. Yes, I kept the tickets, because Carolyn was like, okay, should I throw these away? I was like, no, no, no. I'm going to check them in the morning just in case you made any mistakes. And it'll keep the hope, that high, that dopamine, that mirage of water in the desert going just a teeny bit more. So I kept the tickets, woke up this morning, and I've been checking them every 15 minutes just to be sure. Okay? Alrighty. Well, I think I'm done. Take care. Brush your hair. Peace out. See ya. Gotta go. I'm outie 5,000 G money. Late. I wanna be a billionaire. So flippin' bad. A billy, a billy, a billy, a billy, a billy, billy.